knowing and playing your role in society so you can make the biggest difference, you can make the biggest impact, and you can have the best life for yourself, doing the things that you're actually good at and is actually needed of you so you are fulfilled, rather than doing something that nobody needs or you don't really want. Playing the wrong role in society could result in you not being very helpful or useful or valuable, getting paid much, living a very satisfying life. Welcome in, much love. Trav here, a really important topic that we're going to dive into and going to cover from a few different angles, from relationships and from society. But the idea is, we need to be of service to each other. That brings us fulfillment, that makes us happier. And one of the keys to doing it is playing the role that's needed of us, which is different at different times. And that can be, we'll talk about role playing a little bit, but also your role career type in society. So for instance, like sometimes in relationships you have to be the leader, right? A group of people need someone to tell them what we're going to do and how to do it, right, and guide them. Sometimes you need to be the assistant leader, assistant coach, where you help the coach or help the leader, ask them questions that have been omitted that are important, and play a support role and guide people, right? Sometimes you have to be the follower because you don't really know and you need to be the student, right? Sometimes teachers, sometimes student. Depends what's asked of you as well. Sometimes for instance, like sometimes it's appropriate to, in a game of cat and mouse, to play the cat. Sometimes it's appropriate to play the mouse. You have to look at what's needed, what's wanted. Sometimes you have to, right? So the idea is not about shifting your character, shifting your personality, putting on different faces necessarily, but seeing what's needed and then going and providing that. And it helps to have a diverse character of different skill sets, having played different roles, and you will play different roles in life, right? We start out as a little helpless child, later on become the parent, even later on we become a helpless older person, perhaps, right? So you're going to play multiple roles in life, and it's just like awareness of what's needed. Do you need me to speak right now, speak powerfully and call you out on some bullshit? Or do you need someone to sit quietly with you and share your empathy, right? It depends, and I'm going to try to read the signs, and you have to try to read the signs as well. Right? I mean, what does it mean to play the father? What does it mean to play the mother? What is needed of you, right? You may want to do something else, but if you do what's needed of you, at least you'll feel very fulfilled because society respects you for it. And you may think like, oh, but I'm supposed to do what I want rather than what I'm told. It's not about what you're told to do. It's not about what you're expected to do. It's about doing what's needed of you, right? And sometimes what's needed of you is not exactly what's told of you. It's also not exactly what's wanted of you. Or rather, it's not exactly what you want to do, but since it's what's needed of you, you do it, you fill this void, fill this hole, do this thing that people in society needs of you, you're going to feel better, right? Now, moving on from relationships to greater society as a whole, is playing your role in society. What's it going to be, right? Humans are specialists. There's so many different things that we can do. What are we going to do? The first thing is, what does society ask of you? Again, it's like, for me, maybe I want to play games, I want to play sports, maybe I want to surf. Maybe I think that I want to do those things. But it turns out what the market wants of me is to train Magic the Gathering competitive players. That's what's wanted of me, right? That's the role that I'm going to. It's not exactly what I want to do, but I know that that's what's needed of me, or this community is who I should be serving, rather, because they're the ones that are paying me the most money. So I must be doing. They're the ones supporting me. It must be doing something right? Maybe there's other things that are needed of me, but I can't serve those until I solve my own money problems, right? And you play the role of first taking care of yourself, putting the oxygen on yourself, being the parent to yourself, right, before you can move on to other roles in society. So here's something that I've been thinking about, for instance. Look at all the problems in the world today. It's overwhelming. You have, in society, social problems. You see it in politics. You see it in the market. You see it in the economy. You see it with the way we treat the earth, the world, straight up destroying, trashing the planet, right? And that can be really, really overwhelming of like, what can I do to serve? What can I do to help? And you may think like, what's needed of me, I want to go out and do some particular thing. But the reality might be that society still needs doctors. We still need janitors, right? We still need cashiers and clerks, and some of that stuff's going to be replaced by robots. But like we need janitors. We need you, right? So if you're doing it, it should still be fulfilling, because that's what we need, even if it's not exactly what you want, right? Like I'm even doing certain things that are not exactly what I want, but what seems to be needed, right? Now, once you handle some of your own needs, right? Like you do what's needed of you for yourself, you're able to free up some space, right? Free up some emotional energy, free up some money. Now I can see what else society might need of me, right? And it might be, again, going and tackling problems head on, or it might be a support role, like what I'm doing right now. I feel like what's needed of me right now is to play support, be the peak performance coach, right? Help people move, think, and feel better. Help you eat better so you have more energy to accomplish your tasks, achieve your potential, right? Help you move better so you don't get injured, so you don't have to spend time disabled, right? Help you think better so that you have more clarity or sharper to tackle the important problems that you're trying to tackle, right? Now, none of this is necessarily addressing specific problems, but right, it's addressing specific people who are going to go out and now address specific problems better, right? That's like the role that seems to be needed or wanted of me, and that I'm capable and wanting of playing, right? But it's not even a role that I could play until I handled my own stuff. I handled my own needs, right? So it's also, the question is, what role can you play for yourself? And again, whatever your career is, it's needed. Like we need teachers, we need truck drivers. Again, some of this will be replaced by technology, but for the meantime, like we need you, right? We need you. You should feel fulfilled from that. We need you. Okay, yeah. So what do you need from yourself? This is an important thing. What role can you play from yourself? Do you need to be your motivator? Do you need to be your adult? Do you need to be your child? Do you need to be, right? Well, the provider, right? Like in my case, I wanted to do all these things to help, but I found that I couldn't even help myself, right? A couple years ago, I can't even pay my own rent. How am I supposed to give away to charity at this point, right? Also, that's an important note before we go back here, like money, right? Ooh, it's bad. No, what are you talking about? Do you want to give away $10 million to charities of your choice, causes of your choice, right? You need to make money in order to do that, right? It can be just as selfish to be poor, more selfish to be poor than to make a lot of money, right? How much you're giving to charity, right? So you have to handle your own needs, right? So I had to handle that need, play that role for myself. I have to go out and fix my social life, because I wasn't going to help anyone until I had that under control for myself, right? Had to go out and continue to improve and keep my health, right? Because if that goes, I can't help anyone, right? So play those roles for yourself while playing the roles needed of me in relationships, playing the role needed of me in society gives a lot of fulfillment, right? And it's all building towards a bigger thing of really just helping humanity achieve its full potential, right? Helping individuals, whatever that is, if it's to go through space and the stars like Elon Musk sees, or just to live on Earth, whatever that is, but I want to help. So doing it my way, and not just my way, but of what's needed of me, right? Okay, so for you, always want to help immediately, and for it to be something you can apply and something for you to put to use. For you, something to think about is, what roles are needed of you in society? One, what role do you need of yourself, right? What needs do you still need to meet for yourself? Okay, take a look at the people around you. What role do they need you to play? It might not be exactly what you want. It might not be exactly what they tell you either. Sometimes you have to be hard on people because that's what they need. That's the role they need. And then in society, what is needed of you? What role can you play? Where's the money coming from? Where can you give it away, right? How is it How is it? What are you people ask from you, right? And even if you're doing something that seems like so mundane, again, remember, we need that. We need everybody because we're specialists. It frees our best people up to do their best work, right? And if you have to play the support, that's totally fine. You know, I'm a support player, right? So hope you find that helpful. Hope it brings you some more clarity on what you're doing in society and who you are and how you choose to serve. Well, it's something that I've been thinking about and have been challenged to become more articulate about. So I hope you appreciate that and can go put it to use. If you want to share in the comments, that'd be real cool. And share this message and really just go out and kill it, go out and serve and play the role that's needed. That's the best way to be helpful. So thank you so much. Appreciate you. Much love and speak soon. Peace.